Hello, here's a small update, and it pertains to this week's module, Structuring the Argument Essay. So I want to point out to you that there are two important resources pages. The Argument Structure resource page, that's where you're going to find this week's lecture and the PowerPoint. And then the second page is Essay Topic Resources. So before completing this week's assignments, you're going to need to decide on a topic for your essay. Well, to do that, the largest thing students like, I don't know what I want to write about. Well, you have to do preliminary research. You might want to discuss a certain topic, but when you find that the research, maybe it's a lot more work than you want to do, you may decide differently. So do some preliminary research, see how much evidence is out there, how many facts you can gather, how many arguments there are about that particular topic that you want to address before locking it in. So the argument essay assignment sheet, that is going to go over the specifics of the assignment. Definitely take a look at that. Now I already have it open here. It explains the overview, the point of the arguments essay, but more importantly, it does discuss the parameters of the paper. So at least 1,000 words. It will be formatted and cited in MLA format. Structure, it must have an introduction, it must have several body sections, and a conclusion. Okay, the content, make a claim on a controversial topic. It must be controversial. Then we need to use logic, grounds, reason, developing. Everything that we learned in the Tolman method must be in your paper. Credible sources, no one is allowed to use Wikipedia. It should not be in anyone's works cited page. Sources, use at least 3 credible sources. Again, in weeks 5, 6, and 7, we're going to look at sources and weed them out. If you've chosen the incorrect ones, the more, the better, I would say, in the early stages. Fluency, that comes a little bit later in the fact that you need to vet your paper for grammar and mechanical errors. In your response papers so far, I've been ignoring a lot of the comma issues that everyone's having. So I do not take points off for commas. But when we start addressing these things, I am going to ask that you be much more mindful of it. And then at the bottom, we have our unit outcomes. Your outcome is what you should be able to do when we're done with writing this argumentative essay. Okay, I will let you read that on your own. Also, your course outcomes. Course outcomes is by the end of the semester, all the great things that you'll be able to do. So unit in the smaller sense, what you'll take away. Course outcomes, the larger sense. Getting you ready for freshman comp 2. Okay, let me go back to Canvas. So now the next most important thing is your argument essay recommended topics. Some of you may not need any help choosing the topic, but for those of you that you do want to take a look at that, well, I have an entire list, about 3 pages for you to choose. You can look it up by category. Animal, environmental issues, education in the 21st century issues, financial questions, justice issues in the legal system, media, political issues, science, medicine, and technology, and women's issues. Now, I am on the fence currently concerning, do I want to read papers about abortion? Given that it is very so recent in the, because of Texas and the Supreme Court rulings back and forth, as a team here at Valencia, we're not sure. However, I am not going to provide a definitive answer on that right now if I am taking abortion papers. So let me know if there's any students out there that may want to write on abortion, and I will deal with it case by case, because I err on the side of I want you to be at liberty to pick whatever argumentative essay topic you'd like to discuss. After all, this is your research, and I find that research papers go best when you are passionate in the pursuit of finding your truth or making your claim, convincing others. So if you want to do a topic like abortion, email me and we will discuss it, and let me know your working thesis for it. But again, that's the argument essay suggested topics. You do not have to go with any of these topics. If you have a topic that you want to go with already and you're unsure, again, you can email me. Now let's go back to Canvas. Down here, I will be posting a video, finding a topic and sources for the argument essay. Clearly, that's going to be the actual video that you're watching right now. So if you are hearing me in this video, that means that you found it. Well done. I just want to note that currently in the center of the page, you do see that it says abortion. No papers on abortion will be accepted. I'm going to change that to please email me if this is the topic you would like to address. Now, third most important thing is, and I'm going to read it to you verbatim, all of the topics on this sheet are approved for the paper. You may also look for topic ideas at procon.org or in the Valencia College Library databases, CQ Researcher, so that's one database, Issues and Controversies, that's the second database, and Opposing Viewpoints, that's the third database that I would like you to use if you're going to use Valencia College Library databases. Okay? And then the other one, of course, was the Procon, the one that I talked about first. Or you can come up with your own idea for the argumentative paper based on your own personal interests. Okay? But remember, it must be controversial and defensible. It has to be arguable. It cannot be so overly inarguable that everyone's going to agree with you. So, how do we get to these Valencia College databases? Well, in Canvas, we have put a button there that says library. When you click on there, it's going to take you to library. So I'm going to click on there for you to see it. It's going to ask you to open it in a new tab, which is fine. Let it load, of course. Now, here at the top, you've got new search. You can literally type anything in there and it's going to bring up whatever Valencia has stored here for it. Browse, search, journal search. But what I want you to look for is databases A through C. Now, later, take a look right there, citation help, and you can ask a librarian. Sometimes the librarians can definitely help you narrow and hone in on the topic or direction you want to go for your topic. So we're going to click on databases. Now, what I've mentioned already, the three that I want you to use here in Valencia. So let's say if we're looking for CQ, well, click on C, and there you're going to see CQ Researcher, CQ Press. Okay? I already have them open, so I'm just going to click through my tabs. So we have the Opposing Viewpoints page. Well, I've already went to the About Us just to give you an idea what this website looks like and what they do. A good tip is when you're researching different websites, go to their About Me or Contact Us and read like what is it that you can find on their website. So Gale says that they are a global provider of research and learning resources for academic institutions, that they have a collection of primary source archives and educational databases. So it's databases built on databases, and it's privy to online learning environment. But you should be able to find arguments on this page. I'm going to click out of this and go back to here. So let's take a look at some of the issues. Business and economics, environmentalism, energy, health and medicine, national debate topics that might be of interest to some of you. There is cyber crimes under science, technology, and ethics, war and diplomacy. There are so many directions that you can go. So that is the opposing views database. How do you get to it? Through the Valencia databases. And this was the page that you will come to once you click on A through Z databases. The next one is the issues and controversies database. And I went to the About Me section for you. It says Facts on File is an imprint of InfoBase. Facts on File is an award-winning publisher of print and online reference materials for the school and library market. They specialize in subject areas: history, science, literature, geography, health, current issues. Now, why do I want you to use these databases? Because we don't have to worry about if Google put a certain website as #1 because it was paid for to be in that position. These educational databases, they don't have the same agenda as Google, as a search engine does, with algorithms and things like that. So please only use the databases I have suggested in week 3, and you can also use the CQ one as well. This is the CQ Researcher, and again, I went to their About Me, so you can see that's the first source that librarians recommend when researchers are seeking original, comprehensive reporting and analysis on issues in the news. So CQ is a really good one to use. And then lastly, there is the pro cons one that I suggested for you to use. I'm just going back here to the essay topic resources so you can see where that one was. It's the procon.org. I'm going to click that one. And this is created by Britannica, the well-known encyclopedia manufacturers. And you can look up more issues. So reliable, non-participant, empowering issues. You do not have to use all of these. So on their homepage, you're going to see the most pressing issues. So should Washington, D.C. and Puerto Rico be granted U.S. statehood? Is cancel culture good for society? Now, they update this page on what's most pressing. So let's say you check this next Friday, there could be something that's more pressing than what they've posted now. However, you can always click on more issues, and there's some listed here. Most popular, again, they break it into health, medicine, education, science, technology, elections, and presidents. These databases are really good. Hopefully everyone checks them all out, and by the end of the day, as in your Tuesday, since today's a holiday, have a topic that you want to write about. So if you have questions, please reach out to me. Please get started as early as possible. Everyone have a great Labor Day, and I will see you in class on Tuesday for those of you in my on-campus classes, and those of you online, I will see you online.